Change is going to come, just not for another year. Today, the government said it will introduce legislation to legalize marijuana next spring. Not soon enough for some. More than two-thirds of Canadians just surveyed say marijuana should be made legal, but it's not seen as a pressing issue. In fact, more than half say it's one of the least important facing the country today. Still, there are many critics who say waiting another year is just too long. The CBC's Mira Baines has the story from Vancouver. Mira?
Diana, on the biggest day of the year for cannabis supporters, people we spoke to say Canada's move towards legalization is too slow. It's a pot free-for-all at Vancouver's 420 celebrations. People openly using, buying, and selling joints and marijuana-infused cookies and cakes. What they're doing is illegal, but may not be next year.
It's 2 for 5, 4 for 10, 8 for 25.
It's too late. What? Why not now? Why not today?
The Liberal government is making good on a promise to legalize marijuana.
We will be introducing legislation in the spring of 2017 that ensures that we keep marijuana out of the hands of children and profits out of the hands of criminals.
The announcement came at the United Nations special session on drug policy. From the Liberals' perspective, marijuana is already falling into the hands of kids, so regulations are needed.
We know it is impossible to arrest our way out of this problem.
Still, it's a contentious issue, with Conservatives warning of the dangers of legalization.
There needs to be a strong public health focus on making sure that kids and parents understand the impacts on the developing brain, and I hope that the health minister does that.
Marijuana activist Jody Emery is worried the Liberal version of legalization will be too restrictive.
They've promised to heavily restrict, control, and regulate. So we activists are very concerned about what kind of legalization the Liberals have in mind, when really it looks a lot like the prohibition we've been experiencing for so long.
Emery is calling for little regulation and policing. She dismisses concerns over how law enforcement will deal with issues like driving while high.
And most marijuana users will not drive unless they know they're able to do so. And if they do drive, it's typically slower.
Supporters say gang violence will be reduced by legalizing pot. This former BC Attorney General says policing costs will also fall.
We're going to remove a major incentive for the drug gangs to fight each other in our streets over market share. I think over time we'll reduce healthcare costs.
Plant says taxing pot will also put more money in the hands of the federal government to do more. Advocates say criminalizing marijuana hasn't worked because you can't stop people from doing something they fundamentally believe isn't harmful. They're going to use marijuana whether it's legal or not. Diana?
Thanks, Mira.